Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there who served in the military. Me myself, I served on the USS Nimitz CVN 68 aircraft carrier. Did 4 years from 1990 to 1994. Got out on an honorable discharge. And here's a few things that we did on the ship and a few of the jobs that we did on the ship. We did fall walk downs where we all got on the flight deck and nobody was exempt. Everybody was able to go up there and do a fall walk down. That's foreign object debris that we're looking for anything that might go into the engines of the planes or damage any equipment. So everybody come to the flight deck and they would announce it over the intercom, and everybody would come up to the flight deck and walk the deck looking for anything that might damage the planes or any of the equipment or anybody. I remember them days when we used to stand in the chow line. Man, them chow lines used to be long. Them jokers would go all the way out to the lower deck where we stored all the aircraft. And we stand in that line for about 30 minutes just to get something to eat. But it was worth it though. Food was hot and it was good, and we had different meals of the day. We had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So who can complain about that, right? 3 meals a day, all hot and ready to go, made fresh. So no complaints there. But when we did get our food, it was off the chain. We had everything that a IHOP or a country buffet would have. We had a gym on the ship. We was able to go there and work out during our downtime. Go in there and work out. I actually used to work in the gym. One of my jobs was to keep it clean and organized and stuff like that. Basically like a janitor or a maintenance worker. And during that time, I was working for the MWR, I think it was called, the MWR, doing my temporary active duty on the ship. But that was a cool job. But yeah, I was able to go and work out. I remember sleeping in them coffin-like beds where we had a little privacy curtain in. That's all privacy you had. The only privacy we had was that little curtain. Somebody can just walk up to your bed and your bunk and just open the curtain and, well, hey, what's up? That wasn't too much privacy. But anyway, that's what we had. They was usually stacked about 3 high. And the best one to have was the one in the middle. Because if you had the one at the bottom, people use that to step up on the they use that as a step to get up into the middle bunk or the top bunk most of the time. So the bottom bunk was the worst bunk to have. The middle bunk, that was the one to have right there. But the top was the ultimate because it was the very top bunk, and nobody was able to step on you or step on it or nothing like that. So the top bunk was the number one bunk to have. We had a stand-up locker too. But yeah, we slept in these little coffin-like beds, and right up under the bed, you lift up the flat surface where we lay on, and there's a storage unit. There's like storage right up under there. So that's where we kept some of our stuff. We also kept pictures and stuff inside the bunk, so we can have something to look at and remind us of home and all that stuff. But yeah, we had also a whole bunch of jobs we had to do on top of the flight deck. And I was a green shirt, so I had a multiple jobs that I had to do sometimes. But yeah, we had people working on the flight deck doing all kind of jobs, like making sure the catwalks was clear and giving a thumbs up so that they can launch the plane off the flight deck. Don't want nobody in the catwalks doing operation, during the operation hour where we're practicing and training. And so, yeah, that was one of our jobs. And testing all the equipment out, testing the shuttles. The shuttles are the things that the planes hook up to catapult it off the deck. So we had that job to do. Test the equipment, maintain the equipment. Oh man, we did all kind of stuff, and I'm talking about we did all that stuff in rain, sleet, or snow. Didn't matter what the weather was, we had to be out there in it. Sometimes it'd be burning up hot. We have all that gear on, and that's why a lot of us was in good shape working the catapults, because we had all that gear on, and it was so hot we would just be like walking around in a sauna. Then we had some stuff that we had to do below decks. We had the steam control panel, and we needed to make sure that we had the proper amount of steam to catapult different planes off the flight deck, because the planes all weighed different weights, and so they required a certain amount of pressure to get them up off the deck safely without going into the water. So that was another one of my jobs. And another one of our jobs, and not mine in particular, but the arresting gear crew usually handled all the cables that capture the plane when it lands. But I didn't really work in that division. And here's another job that we did, making sure that the plane gets a good tension on it, so that when that breaker bar breaks, it just, I'm talking about, it just takes off, and the plane is catapulted off the deck. And yeah, that's a lot of stuff we had to do in the military. We had to do a lot of important jobs. I just couldn't believe how big that ship was. That's for sure. And there's a couple of pictures of me when we hit port, places like Philippines, Thailand, stuff like that, and we get a chance to go and basically visit the cities and the nightlife and all that good stuff like that. And another picture of me when I was training. I was doing some training on the chronograph. I think it was in the chronograph room. Yeah, being trained on that. Can't remember the specifics of what that chronograph did. It's been so long, but got a few pictures of me and my homeboy P House. We still friends to this day, and I've been friends with him for over 30 years, I believe. I think it's over 30 years, and we still friends today. And we had a ship store. There was a ship store that was on the ship. I mean, literally a store. You walk in there and get everything from chips to candies to sodas, just like a 7-Eleven. You go off in there and get some. We used to call it gee dunk. I know my military partners know what that means, gee dunk. And yeah, so they had a store on the ship too. And being out on all that water, I'm going to tell the people who have never been out on the ocean, you have never seen so much water until you get on a boat or a ship or something and go out into the open sea. I'm talking about endless water everywhere you look, left, right, north, south, east, or west. No matter where you look, nothing but water everywhere. No land in sight, and it's pitch black out there when it's dark at nighttime. Pitch black. Literally, I can put my hand in front of my face and wave it back and forth, and I wouldn't even be able to see my hand moving. That's how dark it was out there. There's no lights. Only lights is what's on the boat, on the ship. So yeah, that's my experience as being a veteran in the U.S. and the United States Navy there. So I wish everybody that was in, that you got your training in, got what you needed from the military, and moved on. I'm sure everybody got family now, friends, and stuff like that they knew that was in the military. But we served with honor, and I'd do it again. Shalom.